I couldn't get access to my hat, so I just deleted it. Up, and they're away. Good luck to both runners.
Good luck, have fun.
WaterBird starting particularly early, but it doesn't really matter because we're going by in-game time and not real time due to the load times, depending on what computer you run.
Headstrong takes a slight lead.
Blue Man Welder, this game is on PC, on Steam, it's on PlayStation, yeah, PlayStation, and I think Xbox One? Oh, Headstrong making a really bad mistake there. WaterBird will be taking the early lead.
Yeah, we want to get to that chest because it has what's called a yarn inside, and we grab another one inside between some boxes, and we use it to create a hat, which will be used throughout most of the run.
The sprint hat is probably the most important hat in this game for running because it makes you sprint, obviously. They will be grabbing another hat in the next couple, no, not the next couple, the next level, and then they won't be able to, then another hat will be made pretty much near the end of the run. So WaterBird getting an early lead, I think, or are they very close? I think WaterBird's
it's
just
quite
barely
close.
ahead.
So the reason why they ran around the fountain before getting the timepiece is to get the 5 ponds to unlock this level.
And now here we go into Act 3, where they will be crafting the brewer hat, which will be used a couple times, although it's not extremely important, but it does definitely help save time. To get that, they need 4 yarn, and as you'll see from WaterBird, he'll be getting one of them right here. What you saw there was a trick called ticket duplication, where if you take damage and during your immunity frames you pick up a ticket, for some reason the game just gives you double the ticket.
This level is really good for the brewer hat because there's 4 quick yarn along the way, which is just the amount that we need to create the brewer hat.
As WaterBird makes it to the scared scientist mafia guy. This is really close, actually. Oh, go ahead.
You see that they craft the hat during the cutscene. It just saves a bit of time.
This part right here is one of the few instances of RNG, WaterBird making a costly mistake there. Sometimes the mafia guy will drop 3 ponds, sometimes he'll drop you 5. You just hope you get 5. 29 for WaterBird. 29 for WaterBirds. Oh, and Headstrong with 26. Both very weak pond counts, actually. Getting around 30-ish is what you need, and both unable to get to 30.
Yeah, having more ponds is just better because later in the run you'll have to pick up less, like extra ones, to reach the pond requirement for each level.
WaterBird just very slightly ahead right now as we enter Battle, the first instance of a boss battle, although it's hard to really call it a boss battle.
Barrel Battle is one of the more boring levels in the beginning of the run.
It's really hard to see who's ahead. I think WaterBird's still ahead, but
I think it's like
under a second.
Yeah, it's like basically even right now.
Brewing hat being
you can see the
here.
Yeah, you can see the use of the brewing hat.
Now this part is... Oh yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Without the brewing hat, you'd have to jump onto the mafia guys when they turn red. But with the brewing hat, you can just throw one at them and it does 2 damage.
This part's kind of funny. For some reason, if you stand in this little area, mafia guy can't hit you with his barrels. So if you get like a phone call, or you want to check Discord, or just want to take a drink, you can easily just take one here.
This is like 2 seconds apart.
Yeah, this is extremely close right now. WaterBird giving us a little, blowing some kisses. WaterBird defeating the Mafia very quickly, but not making it to the top of the barrels fast enough, which Headstrong did do. So it's still really close 3 levels in.
It's literally 2 seconds. It was a quick cutscene skip there. We just exit to hub while the cutscene plays.
That's extremely quick. I never seen some. Try that again. I've never seen the cutscene skip go that quickly. As we enter down with the Mafia, an actual boss battle.
Did they open that at the same time?
I think they did actually.
You know, we'll see whose loads are better. WaterBirds by a tiny bit.
WaterBird's ahead by like 2 seconds. Will they get the double hit? WaterBird did get the... Oh, both got the double hit. Very nice. So if you stand at a certain spot, you can hit 2 of the Mafia, gain like barely a second, but it does help. Gregor's Viral. The story for Hat is you're a little hat alien girl trying to reach home on a spaceship, and upon passing a planet, a Mafia guy comes up, asks for a toll, and kind of destroys your ship, and all your timepieces, your fuel, fall onto the planet, and Hat Girl's just trying to get back home, collecting all the timepieces. Along the way, she meets some friends and just has a heckin' cute time. Headstrong going for, what's this skip called again?
Fight skip.
Fight skip, and Headstrong gets it first try. Very nice.
Basically what it does is you skip over a cutscene and a small fight. It saves about 10 seconds.
Both got fight skip very easily. Now this part of the fight is the only instance of RNG. Sometimes the Mafia boss will give you very good RNG for his use of sandbags. Sometimes he'll just completely screw you over and give you bad RNG. There's no way to control it, so you just have to hope you get 2 sandbags and not 4. How many sandbags have both gotten? I think both have gotten 1 sandbag so far.
Headstrong got 2 sandbags.
Ooh, and here comes number 3.
Oh, Headstrong getting a full cycle.
I think they both got full cycle actually, so the bad RNG doesn't really matter much in this race.
Yeah, they both got the worst RNG.
Okay, this next skip is pretty funny. If you have the brewing hat active and you just go to the right of the screen, this will happen. It'll just basically chuck the Mafia boss out of the level and you just skip part of the fight. This is still really close right now. I think WaterBird's 3 seconds ahead.
Oh, he missed the quick menu, so he's 1 second ahead.
We might be in for a close race, boys.
We might see a route difference here. Some players might go for Golden Vault, some players might go for the Time Rift that appear here, so we'll see which one goes for which.
Does it matter if it's Golden Vault or the Rift first?
No, it doesn't matter. No,
yeah.
It doesn't matter in the end.
It's just really preference. I personally go for the Rift first.
Yeah, we can see WaterBird. He's going for Golden Vault. He's going for a ticket dupe here.
This is a very risky move, actually. Oh, he gets it. If WaterBird had missed that, that would have been a huge chunk of time lost.
And another ticket dupe here.
Yep, once again using ticket duplication. The safer route is to pick up 2 individual tickets and then doing that ticket dupe, the last one that WaterBird did, which is safer, but it's a lot slower. So WaterBird really risking it for the first dupe there, but he gets it. Headstrong completing the rift fairly quickly.
As you can see on Headstrong's screen, she got a roulette at the end of a rift. It's RNG what you can get, it's mainly cosmetics, but there's also things called remixes, and the first remix you get will lose you 3 seconds as someone will enter your spaceship and you'll get an intruder alert.
If I remember correctly, it's that bird band that can exchange the remixes with the levels. Yep. Headstrong going for much safer ticket dupe strats, so WaterBird is very much ahead now.
Oh wow.
Wait, what happened?
WaterBird went for the fast sewer cycle, but then he got a ledge climb. But he still was able to make it with a dive.
I honestly can't really blame Headstrong for going for the safe strats because it really must be said that it's not easy. So I can't even do it. So
yeah, the timing for the ticket dupe is quite tight.
WaterBird's about 5 to 10 seconds ahead now. And now they'll both enter, what's the name of the level? Heating Up Mafia Town, that's right. So here's the use of 100 ponds. They will need more ponds for later levels. They will need 30, 150, and 50, just to enter 3 of the levels. So I'm not sure if Headstrong or WaterBird will go for 2 Death Warps or just 1 Death Warp, because I'm not really sure how to add that. They're both on 1 health though, so they'll probably go for double Death Warp.
Yeah, I believe both of them do go for the double Death Warp.
So what this does is it basically respawns you at the top here, and it just makes it quicker to reach the other taps. The other strat for 1 Death Warp is to enter a cannon and just go to the other side of the island and just hit the taps there, but it's a bit slower than double Death Warp. Here is where another Death Warp will happen. Headstrong making another mistake there, so she'll have to reach a heart pond just to make it.
Yeah, you need 3 health to get to this faucet over here.
So WaterBird exiting Mafia Town will take not a huge lead, but definitely a sizable lead. This is still really anyone's game because most of the hard tricks don't appear until much later on.
We leave the closest faucet for last just so that we can get to this cannon faster. And also if you...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
If you do the final faucet and then die, you actually soft lock your level.
I did not know that. So WaterBird is at least 10 seconds ahead right now. We're going into the final rift for Mafia Town. Now we just, basically to get there you just re-enter a previous act and just head that way. Thankfully the game gives you access to all of the acts at any time once you beat them, so that's very handy.
The players will want to reach a certain cycle in this time rift. Both of them look on pace to be able to make the best cycle.
WaterBird looks very good for his cycle, and Headstrong
a bit late on it.
And Headstrong for her cycle as well. So both will be leaving fairly comfortably from Mafia Town. Dino Hat. Okay. Don't know how to feel about that. Anyway, on we go to Subcon Forest. I am extremely interested to see what both runners will do here, because this this next trick, even if they do attempt it, is one of the hardest in this entire game. And it's called Bag Skip. We'll see how they go for it.
Yeah, Bag Skip is a intricate trick. It requires
WaterBird's going for it. Ooh, Headstrong's not going for it.
This means that if WaterBird gets Bag Skip first try, he'll have quite a lead.
Can WaterBird do it?
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Headstrong gaining a lot of time from that. I think Headstrong might be in the lead now. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to jump from one tree to another, and then jump over the bag, skipping this really, really long cutscene. And it's one of the hardest tricks in this game. I've tried it like on multiple days. I cannot do it. It's so difficult. You need to sprint double jump between both trees, so you really have to go for it.
Yeah, because WaterBird had to climb up the tree, he loses like a good 20 seconds of time.
So Headstrong now taking the lead. We'll see if she can keep a hold of it, taking damage, breaking the ice.
WaterBird sliding.
I will commend WaterBird for the attempt. If he had attempted it, he would have been ahead by quite a lot.
So this is chapter 3. The reason why we go to chapter 3 first is because in chapter 2, 2 of the levels costs a lot of pawns, which we don't currently have right now, and all of the levels in Subcon are free.
And also because you cannot do one of the levels unless you get the hook shot, which is in one of the levels in Subcon. Or am I mistaken and you can do it?
No, you can't do Train Rush without the hook shot.
You can't. So you basically are forced to go to Subcon first.
We see here that WaterBird is on 1 health and he brought a cherry up to that platform. He's going to use that cherry to ignite it and then grab the timepiece and die so that he can respawn back into the level and go straight onto the next level.
If WaterBird can get this, he might either be in the lead or get closer to Headstrong's time. Here he goes.
And he
gets it. Very nice. I still need to learn that strat. I just go for it.
All in all, it saves about 3 seconds because you don't have to watch the finale book come up one more time and go to that telescope as well.
I think WaterBird's now back in the lead.
It's still a very close race.
It is very close.
You'll come with me.
And now we're entering the Subcon well, which is where the runners will be getting said hook shot. WaterBird getting that first try. It's that well and that tree is placed in such a way where you can just slide and get that result. Headstrong getting bad luck on a certain yarn.
Yeah, you have to jump from this vine. You have to get a sprint double jump, which is essentially letting go of sprint and then jumping and maintaining your sprint speed and being able to jump again.
And as Headstrong enters the well, WaterBird's lead now increases quite a bit. But this is still fairly close. Whoa. That was quite a movement from WaterBird.
So Subcon Well is basically a vertical platforming element type of level, and we abuse the range of the hook shot to be able to climb up the well extremely fast and skipping quite a few puzzles. You can see Headstrong just wall climbing and then getting...
I was fairly confused as to why the start menu was still on WaterBird's screen, but when they started moving... I need to learn all the strats.
Did he get the keyboard?
Yeah, he was able to move while the start menu was up.
Yeah, so when the contract appears, as you'll see on Headstrong's screen, you can actually use your keyboard and then move HatKid into the timepiece, and then while you're grabbing the timepiece, you can exit the hub, and it saves quite a bit of time.
Again, I did not know this. Man, I don't know a lot of things, apparently.
It just saves you from watching the whole animation.
Yeah. To be fair, I've only started running this game, so I'm honestly not surprised. I had no idea about that. Now, what WaterBird's going to do here is he's going to just completely skip that obvious trap that Snatch is placed down. Normally, you're given contracts throughout the level, and when you collect timepieces, the contracts are completed. You only really need one of the contracts. All the rest can be skipped, and WaterBird and Headstrong will be skipping this particular contract. WaterBird
there's only...
except for the little bump on the gate, fairly smooth. Getting past the ice walls.
Yeah, you're supposed to bring a cherry to that dweller and then have it explode and destroy the ice wall, but we can just jump over them.
Now this part is probably one of the funniest skips in this entire game. Apparently, this particular level was extremely infamous in the beta. So the devs decided, let's just let players skip it entirely. There's a hole between the barrels and you can just crawl through and skip the level entirely.
On WaterBird's screen you could see he jumped up onto something and then jumped off it. He jumped onto the door frame, so he could jump over a cutscene trigger and go straight to the timepiece.
Can I just say, to Gears for breakfast, thank you so much for putting the skip in.
It's pretty cool.
It's very cool. And it saves so much time. Because this level's quite long. You have to hide from Queen Vanessa, you have to... you can't even sprint, you're just tiptoeing all over the manor.
Now both runners will do both time rifts in this level. Time rifts are generally quite fast to complete. That's why we do most of them.
WaterBird again. Oh man, that voice crack. WaterBird getting stuck on a sign. WaterBird!
Pipe is one of the few levels that has a tight cycle to make. Otherwise you would have to wait for the gears to move.
Ooh, I don't know if he'll make that.
You sure? He might not make it. He didn't make it.
He made it, don't worry.
He has to wait for this gear to come back up. So ideally the gear would be already up and then you'd be able to hookshot this straight away to see how Headstrong goes. It's looking good.
Yeah, I think Headstrong did that a little bit faster than WaterBird.
Dive boost off here and get the hookshot. Nice. Making the fast cycle.
Very good. Headstrong closing the gap. Even just a tiny bit.
We're about 10 seconds apart, I believe.
Ooh, headstrong getting
she got the wrong
very,
one.
very unlucky there. And that little faster cycle is now rendered mute. Now we will be entering village, so we'll see if they will be able to do this fairly cleanly. Headstrong getting a disc, so that's 3 seconds.
The path to village is quite long, so there's a lot of dive boosting to be had.
We'll see if WaterBird will go for the spider strat or just get up to the blue bunk there.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for spider.
I just learned spider strat like a week ago, and I'm like, this is so much faster than how I normally do it. So glad it's there.
Yeah, the rift is slightly higher than you can reach with a double jump. But with precise double jump and a dive cancel, you can still make it as well.
Alright, will WaterBird go bell-less, or will he hit the bell? Because at this point you're supposed to go around to the timepiece, but you can just jump straight towards it if you climb on top of the bell. He's going bell-less.
Looks like he's going for it. He
got
it.
It. The only thing hitting the bell really does is just gives you sort of a safety, like just in case you miss the timepiece, you can land on the platform.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, headstrong going for safe strats. She got it anyways. So now we'll be moving on to the last level of Subcon Forest mail delivery service. It's one of the 2 levels in Subcon Forest that requires the actual contract.
And not only that, it's a lot faster to do it with keyboard, because doing this with controller is an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, the controls for aiming with controller are quite difficult to use.
Should have drank a little bit more water before this. My voice is cracking like crazy.
And WaterBird lining up for a shot. What he's doing is he's shooting at one, and then the mail doesn't actually disappear when they hit the target, so it travels further and hits another target, essentially getting you 2 for 1.
And with WaterBird being very close to the timepiece, you can pick up the timepiece while the start menu automatically comes up saying you've completed a contract, so that saves a tiny bit of time.
Headstrong having a bit of jitters with her mouse, struggling to line up the shot.
She does have a consistent route, she's just having a bit of trouble with this race right now. WaterBird entering the second chapter, Deadbird Studio.
Battle of the Birds. The first level is Deadbird Studio, and basically it's an introduction to all the characters in this chapter. The context for this is that there are 2 birds and they're competing for a movie award, and you are now the star, or you will become the star of their movies.
And for this particular level, it's sort of stealth-based, where you're supposed to make sure the birds do not see you. So basically, just don't get caught.
It's a rather simple level, but there's still quite a lot of optimization in movement.
And getting caught will get you back to it to a last checkpoint, which loses a lot of time. What WaterBird's doing right here is just death warping to there. And for this one, he will be climbing this little electric breaker right here. And that skips a very long and boring elevator segment. And then for here...
waiting.
Oh, Yeah.
WaterBird waited for the penguin, known as the Terminator penguin. He sees you extremely quickly, and he'll send you all the way back.
You do not mess with the Terminator penguin. You respect the Terminator penguin, and he will respect you back. So for this part, you can... no, WaterBird's not going to draw anything. You can draw a little icon on that kid's cute little face, and you can put a meme, you can put just whatever.
We need to give you a bird bath.
Oh, headstrong.
Headstrong.
Having a bit of troubles. Yeah, we used the mouse for that because the mouse would move a lot faster than the controller. Also, we played 2 cutscenes over the top of each other, if you talk to DJ Gru fast enough.
Alright. Here is Murder on the Owl Express, or as I like to call it, Don't Choke Here. I have terrible experiences with this level. So for this level... Oh yeah, go ahead.
For this level, we'll have a very large sequence break. It will be seen a bit later.
For this particular level, what's happening is you're solving a crime, which will, well, you'll find out in a couple of seconds. So, in this level, you're supposed to be solving the murder of that poor owl. And what you're supposed to do in this level is you're supposed to be collecting clues and ultimately figuring out who's the killer. However, you can sequence break in this, as WaterBird will be doing right now.
Yeah, jumping up to that button there skips at least 2 or 3 minutes of this level.
So for this part, oh yeah, go ahead.
We're unable to actually get to the button before doing the whole first section. There's an invisible wall.
And plus, it also kind of brings you back because the game goes, wait, this is not how it's supposed to happen. So for those couple seconds, you could just do whatever. Here comes another sequence break. That skips those 2 sequence break skips the vast majority of the level. Going for safe strats, can't blame WaterBird.
Yeah, there's an alternative strategy where you jump onto the door frame of the door you can see in Headstrong's screen. And then you jump off that door, but if you miss that door, you actually use your key.
Oh, she's going for it. Oh my
there
god.
She goes. Yeah, if you miss that, you use your key and then you have to get another key.
My heart stopped for a second. I do not like that door. That door and I are on very bad terms right now.
Takes about like 40 seconds to go get the other key. And despite all of this, it's still about 20-second difference.
This is still really, really close. If WaterBird makes like a small mistake, Headstrong can very easily catch up. And there's there's a lot of opportunities for WaterBird to screw up here.
Yeah. So we move into Picture Perfect. It has 2 more yarn, which is the last of the yarn that we need to make one last hat called the ice hat.
And the ice hat will really only be used in 2 segments. So you're not going to see it for very long. So for this level's like deal, you're just basically walking around, becoming a diva, trying to gain fans and just basically becoming famous. They'll use this time to gain pawns from the cameraman penguins.
Yep.
And basically,
So Headstrong took a reverse route to WaterBird. It's basically the difference is that WaterBird had to hit 2 of the DJ Grooves things, and then Headstrong only has to hit 1. So going backwards basically means that when you hit the first endorsement, the dog, which usually appears in the first endorsement, actually appears anyways, and you can just hit it anyways.
Okay, now we're reaching the levels where the ponds being collected do matter. There's Train Rush, which costs 30, and Big Parade, which costs a whopping 150.
Big Parade is the main reason why we go to Subcon first, but also Train Rush because we actually do need the hookshot for this level.
Yep, this is the main reason why we do Subcon first. Now the law here is, for whatever reason, Conductor has planted a bomb on the train and it's your job to defuse it. WaterBird having a bit of trouble with a hookshot there. So you basically have 140 seconds to make it to the end, with the music escalating in speed the longer you take to get to the end.
You can pick up time on the way.
Yeah, personally one of my favourite levels. I love how the music is played here.
I think it's a favourite among many.
Definitely.
Let's see if they go for anything special here. Nope, they both go for a nice safe route. Oh, this looks very close.
This is very close. In real time, this would be down to the wire, where we use in-game time. So, going off in-game time, WaterBird's 10 seconds ahead. Ooh, WaterBird.
Oh no, WaterBird.
And just like that, I think Headstrong has taken the lead here. Remember what I said? Remember what I said about any mistake could bring Headstrong into the lead? I think I might have jinxed it a bit. Sorry, WaterBird.
This final room has a lot of cycles to be made with all the different cannonballs and things coming out of the sides. Ooh, WaterBird dying.
No.
Oh no. He has to redo the whole thing now.
That is a huge time loss. Headstrong going into a very comfortable lead now.
Yeah.
I had to jinx it. Why did I say that?
Despite this, there's a lot of places that Headstrong can also mess up.
Definitely. It's not over. It's not over until it's over. Headstrong going into gallery.
WaterBird's taking quite a beating.
WaterBird has been going really good up to now, and either pressure or just... I'd probably say pressure, because WaterBird's performance so far has been fantastic.
Headstrong was going for a sprint double jump, which skips all of this, but unfortunately we missed it.
WaterBird now exiting Train Rush. They both got the clip. It's pretty good.
Yeah, doing that is basically holding a direction, sprint, and dive while holding onto a timepiece. And then you'll clip into anything at the very end.
WaterBird also going for gallery. They're both very comfortable for ponds. And now we get into probably the least favorite, the least favorite level in this category. Welcome to the 4-minute auto scroller. Oh no, actually Headstrong's going for the rift. Actually, my mistake.
Yeah, the order of which you can do the levels doesn't really matter, but most people do Parade and then Moon lasts. WaterBird getting the sprint double jump.
Yeah, I normally do Train Rush then the Parade, so that's why I made my mistake there. Will Headstrong go for this risky strat? She's going for it. She gets the
Nice.
jump first try. Very good.
Yes. Did she get the dive boost? Nice.
Headstrong is comfortably in the lead now. Let's hope WaterBird can replicate that and keep up.
So AliExpress Rift is the most reliant on a cycle. So it's really important to get the fastest cycle you can. Otherwise you'll be waiting a long time.
Headstrong, very strong finish with that rift. She'll be very happy with that.
We're just one level apart.
Again, this is still anyone's game. Headstrong can still very easily mess up a strat, and WaterBird can use that opportunity.
Yeah, WaterBird makes the first gap. And then...
Oh, WaterBird.
Oh no!
Headstrong's leads continues to grow. Okay, now we're in the 4-minute auto-scroller. Sorry, apologies. My throat is not feeling very good. WaterBird. Oh no.
WaterBird struggling again. He did land on the platform though, because he got his double jump back.
He's getting the jump. He just can't make it onto the spinning platforms.
There we go.
That trick is fairly hard to do. It's not too hard, but you can still very easily screw it up. So, man, WaterBird's huge lead is just been eviscerated now.
And it's missing the vertical cycle as well.
So for Big Parade, basically what you're supposed to do here is pick up ponds until you get 50, and then just wait it out. Headstrong bouncing on the heads of the penguins. She has this little thing where after the first set of tasks she has to do, she tries to go for a triple penguin bounce.
Yeah, there's not much you can do in this section. All you have to do is wait for the timer in the bottom right to fill up, and then you do the task you're told to do.
As WaterBird enters the Big Parade.
A clean dial phase from Headstrong.
I will say, Big Parade has such is so infamous in the Hat in Time speedrunning community. There's an entire copy pasta of it. Hopefully chat won't do that. let's not get this chat into spammy territory. Headstrong's pond count is basically fine. You can just do whatever for now.
Yeah, after this level you want to have 50 ponds, because that's how much the last paid level costs. Which is back in Mafia Town.
Yeah. If you do the AliExpress Rift after Big Parade, you can get a couple ponds there, but it's fairly a good idea to get 50 when you leave here.
And once again, we're just waiting.
Chat, I said don't find the copy pasta, please. Don't do this to me. So, in terms of this level and how it works, the first set you have to do is hit some switches, which activates. What does it activate? The
it activates the rocket.
The second phase does that. The first phase puts rocket fireworks on the roofs.
Yeah.
Headstrong is going for the what's the strat called again?
Parade Death?
Yeah. Parade Death. Doing this will skip re-entering the level to go to a particular rift, which saves quite a bit of time, but failing it will cost you massively. So if Headstrong fails this, WaterBird can make a comeback here.
Yeah, some people say this is a risky strat, some people say it's extremely consistent.
She might have gotten it. Oh, I
Yeah,
don't know.
that looks like a good angle. It looked like a
She
good
got
angle
it.
to me.
She's good.
Yeah.
That was really risky, but it paid off.
You can see she just respawns in the level, and then now she can just go straight to the moon, which is just literally spawned.
So Headstrong's, oh, yep, she's going for that as well. She's going to do another death strat here, but that'll be later on. She's just preparing herself for it. Will she go for the SDJ here?
Yep, should have to.
Most definitely.
Yeah, she got it.
Yeah, very comfortably got it. Still need to learn to do that.
Now we'll see if she goes for a... Oh, she's going for the moon SDJ. She didn't quite get enough height, but you can basically do an SDJ off that rising platform and it'll give you enough height that you'll be able to make it straight to the fence.
And yep, and with that she can just climb the fence and just make it over there. Normally you would have to hit 2 switches, which takes a lot of time. Headstrong getting the def strat, which skips having to do the roulette. WaterBird going for the def strat here. If he misses this, it'll be a huge time loss.
So the moon and the finale of this level.
Sorry,
hardest level in the game.
Yeah, hardest level in the game. Can she do it? She got conductor. That's good.
Oh, she missed it.
She barely got there. That could have been a run killer right there. She must be breathing a sigh of relief from that.
It's quite helpful that their load times are almost identical.
And now here we go to probably the second most infamous level, cheating the race, a beginner's nightmare. Normally what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to race a Mafia guy to the timepiece, and you can only really do it casually with either the time stop hat, which is too much yarn, or the scooter. She's not going to do that. You can either go forward, which is a tiny bit faster, but it's a lot harder, or she'll go backwards, and she's going backwards. WaterBird.
Yeah, we use a cannon at the beach, which sends us to the other side of the...
3-star color, Kappa! Pog champ! Try hard. And Headstrong, yeah. Oh!
Mafia guy.
Bonked the Mafia, but did get the timepiece very comfortably there. Should be happy with that.
WaterBird taking on the hardest level.
Oh, here we go. CTR, failing CTR is like a 30-second.
Oh, he got grooves.
Ooh, grooves. It's better to get conductor than grooves, because when grooves gives out the timepiece, it's like half a second longer. It's not really too bad, but every bit helps.
Headstrong's onto the final timepiece of the game until going to the last one.
Very good movement. Alright, she's on to the final level. Fairly ahead.
She's a good whole level ahead, yeah.
She's 2 levels ahead, actually.
Oh, yeah, right.
But it's still anyone's game. If Headstrong makes a couple mistakes in the finale, WaterBird can very easily catch up. Finale is where runners... forget what I said. I was going to say something along the lines of where runners turn to men or whatever, but I'm bad. Before you do the final level, you get to control Mustache Girl for a little bit. You just go to the vault. That's basically it. Can WaterBird make CTR? Yes.
Yeah.
Both runners got CTR first try. Very nice.
Headstrong is about 1 minute ahead. But a destined finale is the end of it.
In order to unlock this, you're supposed to have the Dweller's Hat, Ice Hat, and whatever. You can just jump over the fence. WaterBird getting some trouble entering that rift. And now we're on to finale. This level can make or break a run. I would argue it's not the hardest, but it's definitely hard. So, one of the reasons why we run this game on version 1.0 and not any other version is for... One of the reasons is this particular reason. There's just a hole, just right there. You can just jump through it.
It's not even a clip, it's just a hole in the... a hole in the level. You can just go through it.
And you can climb up using these two conveniently placed walls to climb to the top. And you can just run to the end of the end boss.
Let's see if Headstrong goes for slides or not.
Headstrong landing comfortably. She's going for slides. Ooh.
Alright, so the thing about slides is that there's 2 invisible walls and 1 gap which you have to avoid. If you hit and bonk onto any of these, you will fall and hit the lava and die, and you have to redo it again. So what you have to do is that when you get to the wall, you want to be holding left. Oh, she's going for safe strats, okay.
So, yeah, probably the best idea for this.
So what Headstrong is doing, she's basically avoiding the wall altogether by coming up early.
There's also a hole coming up. It's not a fairly big hole, but it's invisible, and it can catch you off guard if you're not paying attention. You just jump over it. Oh, oh my god. Oh my, oh no! No! That's huge. That is massive.
That was a whole minute and 30.
She jumped it, she got into the hole. She didn't pay attention enough. This is huge. WaterBird's in the lead now.
This is such a close race now.
That could have been it. Headstrong, no. Oh no.
But we don't know yet because WaterBird can also mess this up.
It's still possible. WaterBird can also mess this up. But as of right now, WaterBird is pretty much in the lead. This has been quite an arms race.
Alright, here comes WaterBird. He gets
the worst part was the jump wouldn't have killed her, and she would have been soft locked there, so she had to reset to hub and then go back into the level. It's like you have no choice. WaterBird going for slides.
He's going for safe. Oh, he skips.
He's going for
one wall.
He's going for much riskier slides, but it's still kind of safe.
Oh god.
WaterBird, please don't.
This is scary, man.
Well, after what happened to Headstrong, I'm just tense now. As Headstrong's going back up.
WaterBird's up to the hole now. He's gonna jump over it. Yeah, he's over.
Alright, unless he bonks at the end, he's pretty much set here. Headstrong. Oh my god. There's been so many chokes in this tournament.
Yeah, and WaterBird's made it back up. So now what WaterBird has to do is get back into bounds. So we'll enter through here, and then we'll go to some timepieces that are on the side. And one of the triggers to get into the cutscene actually extends just outside. Oh no! Oh, he made it. Okay.
My god!
Oh, I'm so scared.
This run is playing with my heart. Like, if WaterBird had fell there, that would have been exactly what Headstrong would have gone through, which was reset to hub. WaterBird getting a triple and a double, so he's into the boss fight.
Yeah, so once you get past that boss fight, you're basically safe from having to reset ever again, unless she somehow clips through the floor and doesn't come back.
It's still possible. WaterBird. Oh my god! Oh my!
Oh no! WaterBird!
No!
Headstrong!
Headstrong! Oh
This is
no!
slightly better than not dying, because what happens there is that you actually get stuck there if you have enough health.
Oh my god! No! That might have been it. Any chance for Headstrong to catch up is just gone now. No! Oh man!
Mustache goes under the level.
WaterBird getting through the fight fairly quickly. There's a little trick you can do where if she's in the air, you can just use the brewing hat and hit her while she's in the air. Will WaterBird get quick shield? Not quick shield. One shield. Why did I say quick?
So WaterBird's entering a phase where he has to use cherries to break the shield. And the amount of times she brings her shield back up is up to RNG.
Sometimes she's very kind to you and doesn't give you any at all, or what happened there, she'll just say, I don't want to cooperate, and give you as many shields as she can.
The minimum should be 4 cherries.
I feel for Headstrong.
Yeah.
It's what I said at the near finale. Finale can easily make or break a run, and for Headstrong it completely shattered it. Yeah, and WaterBird has now reached the point where he's basically won.
Yeah, he's...
At this point, even if you die, you just respawn at this stage of the fight, and in this stage of the fight you can't die, because as you can see, your friends are killing themselves to give you health pons, and it's just basically just a big finale.
Yep. Oh, Headstrong has 1 health. That's scary. If she gets hit, she actually has to exit the hub.
She could have gone through the door and get a
okay, she's safe.
Okay, she's safe. She could have gotten the bad ending, but then go back and it'll have given her a checkpoint. Lazy Minerva's just said, Headstrong wins in my heart. She does.
Yeah.
She did really well throughout this run.
The knowledge is just so unfortunate.
And there's WaterBird is.
It's so hard to see what's happening.
Yeah. This part's not kind of bit rates. And WaterBird now finishes with a 51. That is a very good time.
Just 1 minute from his PB.
Definitely 1 minute from his PB. He'll be very happy with that.
And there he is, 51-14. Congratulations to WaterBird.
Congratulations to WaterBird. And as Headstrong is entering another phase of the fight.
Yep, cherry phase for Headstrong.
This was a really close race right until the end.
Yeah, finale is just like that.
Finale, as per usual, takes absolutely no prisoners. It is extremely easy to mess up there, and when you do, it costs runs.
Headstrong going for double hits.
We should see if we can get 2. We should see if we can get WaterBird in for an interview.
Yep. Alright. Headstrong is now entering the final phase of the fight. She's solidified her run now.
I will say though, both runners did really well.
Yeah, this was such a close race. All the way, came to the very end.
And as Headstrong enters the final phase, she cemented her run. Did WaterBird say no to Mustache Girl?
I didn't catch it, actually.
chat, help.
Never give timepiece. Exactly.
Ah,
Ooh, Headstrong getting a quick double.
very nice double.
Oh no. Yeah, sometimes Mustache Girl can do her teleport attack and spawn like just outside of your umbrella range.
Okay, chat saying WaterBird did not give the timepiece with Mustache Girl.
Headstrong has one more hit to go, I think.
Headstrong.
There's 8 hits of damage that you need to do to her.
And there goes Headstrong. Finishing about 2 and a bit minutes behind. Still a really good time, but very unfortunate with finale. It was down to the wire, kind of, right at finale.
Missing finale twice.
I think the worst part was she wasn't.
Yes, jump
Oh,
on Mustache
man.
Girl.
Remember when I said rip Mustache Girl? Mega rip. Ah, even after a terrible finale, Headstrong is blowing kisses to everyone. A very good performance by Headstrong with a time of 54.05.
Yeah, with 2 of the finale drops, that's about almost 3 minutes, a bit more than 3 minutes. So it would have been a very close race if it was.
Still a fairly good time even with the finale mistakes. Alright, we'll see if we can get both in for an interview. I'm sure Headstrong is not happy with that finale.
It's a heartbreaker.
Definitely. The past couple matches lately have just been heartbreaks left and right.
Right, let's see if we can get them for an interview.
I
think
think
WaterBird's good.
I think we just... Yeah.
There he is.
WaterBird,
Hey, WaterBird, congratulations.
congratulations. WaterBird, you there? Still not here.
Hello? Okay, my mic's
Hello.
on now.
Huge congrats, man.
Thanks.
Were you
the race
watching the
was-
stream while playing?
No, I was not watching
Okay.
it.
It was fairly close. You both
It
traded.
was super close.
I feel
Going-
like it
It
was
was-
really close until Train Rush.
Yeah, Train
going-
Rush. You
going
lost
into
your
fin-
lead.
Yeah, going into finale, Headstrong was a little bit ahead, but finale was not kind of Headstrong. So
Yeah.
ultimately, it gave you the victory. So just congrats. You did really well.
Thanks.
Very close to your PB.
Yeah, my PB is not. I feel like I should be better.
Are you gonna get back on the grind?
Yeah,
Definitely.
will.
Yeah, you were like about a minute behind entering finale.
About a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
around about that.
Do you know how close I was? How far ahead I was going into Train Rush?
Like
Couldn't
20
be more
seconds.
Yeah,
Okay.
just it was real extremely close at that time.
Because I didn't have my splits open, but I must have been at least a minute to a minute and a half ahead of my PB at that point.
Yeah, you were on really good pace.
Can we see if we can get Headstrong in here?
No, you can never save the mustache girls.
So with that victory, let's see. Let me double
Yeah,
check.
check. Let's have a look at the bracket.
Okay, so with your victory against Headstrong, you'll now be against Sonic Yellow.
Oh boy,
Oh
that'll
boy!
be a
What a
that'll be a match.
The 11th place runner.
Don't worry, I'll get a 45 before that race. All right.
Here's hoping.
Sonic's been grinding hard. It'll be
Yeah,
quite difficult for you.
I've been watching Sonic play.
And then Headstrong will be moving down to losers, so it's 14. She'll play Amarilyn.
14. Wait. Yeah, Amy will win. And if she happens to win that, then she'll verse only friendly guy.
Grinding
Damn.
Hard Maple Story 2.
Oh, that run. That run was
Yeah,
a
it was-
heartbreaker.
It was a really good race. Like, it was so close.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that race back because I didn't really have my chat open. I didn't have the stream open. I was just concentrating.
Yeah.
Can we get
It helped a
Headstrong
lot
into the...
because your
it-
loads were like identical.
Is Headstrong not going into the... going in for an interview, or... Because I'm not sure.
Yeah. I guess Headstrong's not joining.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Yeah, I would be fuming.
How many like finale mistakes were there? Because for there to be
She-
3 minutes apart.
She died at... No, at first she fell down the hole, so she had to reset to hub and go back. And then she...
She slid on the timepieces at the end.
Yeah, that's
You know the
right. She,
timepieces at the
yeah,
end?
yeah. She fell when she was trying to enter the boss
Yeah.
room.
Oh, so
So
she had to
so
back to hub.
So she fell halfway, and then she fell right near the end.
She had to go back to hub once, but she had 1 health going into the timepiece area, so she died. So she didn't have to go back to hub. But yeah, it
Oh,
was unfortunate.
Well, if Headstrong's watching this, because she's not going in for an interview, my heart goes out to you, because that was just heartbreaking.
We'd just like to thank you for such a close race as well. And it's just unfortunate how finale works like that.
I have also never died on Train Rush, so that's a first for me.
Dying on Train Rush is so sad. It makes me
Yeah.
sad.
It looked like Headstrong would take the victory after that, but it's clearly shown it's not over until it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then right after that, messing up Owl Express 3 times, I think.
Oh yeah, you did do that.
Yeah, you did do that.
I lost another 40 seconds inside of Owl Express Rift.
But yeah, congratulations, WaterBird. You move on to the
Thank you.
next round, and yeah,
I think that's it from us. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for
When's the
watching,
next
everyone.
match?
the next match is in
Is it my match?
It
Yeah,
is
your
my
match, John
9
Fee,
a.m.
actually.
tomorrow. Yep.
So if you're
Yeah.
still craving some
Yeah.
Hat in Time
Couple hours.
speedruns,
We have
be sure,
Night.
be sure to check Chi, and hopefully he won't break our hearts either.
we'll
we
see.
have 5
will he?
races coming up in the next 2 days. Today
Dang.
and tomorrow, 5 races.
But yeah,
So
thank you,
stick around for that.
thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
And with that, we'll be off. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.